The South Carolina Adventure Route, a network of roads that total approximately 1,000 miles. Follow it and you will see mountains, oceans, forests, countryside, state parks, historical sites, and quaint towns, all on a mix of paved and unpaved public roads. We decided to explore part of the route closest to us in Charleston on today's episode. We are Swamp Fox Overland and Outdoor. Charleston's history is deep, dating all the way back to the colonization of America. Our want to explore the scar took us through two important pieces of history: colonial Hampton Plantation and Battery Warren from the Civil War, all the while taking us through some of South Carolina's first settlements, passing through Jamestown and Childsbury Town along the way. Our journey started us north of Charleston through the city of historic Goose Creek, a town that was wealthy through the American Revolution because of its rice, indigo, and naval stores. We entered the Marion National Forest through Moncks Corner, also a prominent trading post settled by French Huguenots.
We're going to take a second to air down. This tool is honestly phenomenal, man. Just real quick to air down with this thing. On forest roads, I typically do 25 to 27.
But we came in through Moncks Corner, and we're going to cross over to beyond on Mount Pleasant side. But if you air down, it keeps from rattling your teeth out when you're moving at speed. A lot of these roads could move at a decent pace. Sometimes if it's well maintained, it's 40 miles an hour through here, but just keep your eyes open for ruts because you don't want to tear your teeth out and then ruin the suspension of your truck. So just be vigilant. But as you can see, it's absolutely gorgeous back here. It's a good day for it. It's a little warm there. We're taking these ruts maybe about 20, 25 miles an hour with washboard stuff. It's not bad, to be fair, at 27 psi. So as you come back through here, you'll figure out what you think is the right air for you. Let's give you an example of why you should air down your tires.
How many tons? Shit, man. Coffee's coming back up.
That ain't good. A little bit more rutted out than I was hoping. Alright, well there's that. So much for an easy afternoon. Well, this is Ackerman Road. We're making our way bouncing through the forest. So, I don't think Gizmo would have really enjoyed that much.
To be fair, you probably wouldn't have driven too fast going through there.
Absolutely not. No, not with him. Not bouncing him around. But Ackerman is a fairly tame road, at least the last few times I've been back here. So looks like we can kind of pick it up. We're making our way toward the swamp. The South Carolina Adventure Route is mixed terrain. None of it is difficult, but it is about 60% dirt roads and 40% paved, leading you through quaint towns, national forests, and beautiful countryside. Our drive took us through the Marion National Forest, northeast of Charleston, named after Francis Marion, a Revolutionary War hero known for his fighting techniques disrupting British troops with surprise attacks from the swamps. They nicknamed him the Swamp Fox for good reason. Consequently, our love for this area is why we call ourselves Swamp Fox Overland and Outdoor. We are passing through Jamestown, South Carolina. We just got on the upper part of the eastern South Carolina adventure route, and we're about to approach French Santee Road. It happens. We got turned around a little bit. Here's course correction. This looks a little bit more of what I would think of what would be Forest Road 204. So here we be making our way on the ultimate and making our way towards Battery 1. We found our turn to head toward Battery Warren. To get on to Forest Road 204A. Head on down. Funny, they all have numbers and they all have names. Sometimes you know the names and sometimes you just don't. But this is Echon. We made it to Battery Warren, historic site. Just like any Forest Service area, they've got one of these little lean-tos with all the information, rules for visitors, information, to leave no trace rules, always pack it in, pack it out. And emergency information as well. Department of Agriculture stuff. Even tells you insect repellent can repel ticks, personal safety, woodland hazards. Pay very close attention to safety tips. It wasn't a bad hike, but it was a hike. About 1 mile round trip to the battery and back. But we enjoyed ourselves along the way. Scenery was beautiful. Battery Warren Trail traverses mixed hardwood pine forests dotted with dogwoods and leads visitors on a trip back in time to the era of the Civil War. The trail highlights Battery Warren, a Civil War earthen fort meant to blockade Union forces from moving up the Santee River. So, hello. Coming back through here, there's a established enough trail, but here are all of the berms to the battery. You can see that the embankment travels down. And then your normal historical signage for learning. But primitive defense is always so interesting. Found the river. Have a ramp here for inclusion, but this was the view, and this is what Battery Warren was protecting, defending.
Watch your step here. So we kind of posed a question. We've got these embankments where the big guns were, 6 of them. But then you've got this terrace, harder to see from this angle. The terrace goes all the way around. There's almost like a ford that goes through that area there. But then also, you've got these posts. There's another one through that tree line that you can barely see. But did they use those as a defense against ships so that they couldn't come up onto the bank and attack the battery? If you happen to know, throw a comment down below, because I'd love to know. We're traveling along that embankment, just a little thin through here. Big berms there. Some fallen trees or sticks, limbs, branches, but there's a area where it comes into the swamp. Santee just flows through around the battery, this little cove or whatever you want to call it. But it certainly makes hard for trying to travel in here and attack somebody. And you see that the swamp goes all the way in, past the berms, right over there.
We made it back to Luna and hit the trails to head to Hampton Plantation. The roads were beautiful leading up to the site. Hampton Plantation is now a state historic site which consists of a main house on a raised brick foundation set on Hampton Creek. It has a projecting temple front with its 8 Doric columns that support a decorative Adamesque frieze and pedimented gable. This was added in 1790 and is believed to be the first of its type in the United States. George Washington saved this tree here. The plantation is no longer in agricultural use, but was originally used to cultivate Carolina gold rice. This sits on 300 acres of land in McClellanville, South Carolina.
That is a lot of kitchen.
Before we got back on paved roads, we aired up to take our drive back to Charleston. The drive back was a lot less jarring than the trip here, but it was worth it. It's so amazing that our home has so much history within such a short driving distance. True to form, we took the less beaten path and decided to explore our own way. We accomplished seeing 2 historical landmarks, driving an off-road route, and taking the lesser-known path. We enjoyed each other's company, as we should. We had some great laughs along the way. Apparently, everyone we came in contact with liked my shirt, and we learned a lot from our excursion and had a ton of fun. Doesn't that seem fitting? Thank you for watching this episode. If you want to follow our escapades, please like and subscribe. Until then, keep it between the ditches, keep all 4 on the floor, and go out and explore. We are Swamp Fox, Overland and Outdoor. Until next time.